Tracy.
And I'm Andy.
And we are halfway through the season. I don't want it to end though.
Can you believe it?
Luckily, I still have half. All right, we got to get right to it.
Another half.
Before we do, you know him, you love him. He sure makes a statement.
Oh, look at that suit. He's wearing a statement suit. Oh, and where'd you get it from? Came out of his what? Just keep going. He's
What
good. He's
is this?
rocking it.
Please sit down. We
It's
need
a
to examine
three-piece.
this. Wherever did you get that suit?
Oh, you know.
This old Lucci?
Yes, this whole Lucci.
Hand tailored.
You also are reminiscent of Colton's 10-year challenge photo.
You're just
which
missing the turquoise.
And the,
Fine,
extra,
then
and the extra
and
weight.
the-
Okay, we have a lot to talk about.
we do.
Holy moly.
I
Good
know.
episode.
Just to sum up what happens, just why we have so
Yeah.
much to talk about, there
Drop
were
it- drop it
3
like-
dates, 5 people went home,
Dropping like flies.
and a lot of making out.
A lot.
So the episode starts where we left off, which we got it to be continued last time.
Right.
Oh, I love a teaser.
And we come back in with the Onyeka-Nicole drama.
I can't.
Right
By the
back
way,
into the mix.
I was so happy that they just kind of led with that because I knew that it was going to be a swift
Yeah.
end.
They both needed to go, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to cross them off.
Cross them
Get
off.
rid of them.
Okay.
I feel bad
See
for
you
Nicole.
later.
He's
Bye,
like,
Onyeka.
Onyeka.
More like off Yeka.
yeah, no.
I have to go home. I'm taking my suit
And
and I'm
who's the
leaving.
other one? Nicole. Oh, there
That,
she
what
is.
is up with that X?
How about what he said to Nicole?
Well, I mean,
Say
it's
hi to
like
your
a-
brother.
So they go to Vietnam, which, by the way, they're doing the most fun trip ever.
I always
the
joke
Thailand.
about it too. It's like, we're going to Vietnam.
Yeah.
But it looked really nice.
It looks so nice. The first one-on-one goes to my girl, Hannah G.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but this date was very reminiscent of the Cassie date
Oh, you mean that they just made out the whole time?
the whole time.
Right.
His love language is clearly physical touch.
Yes.
He's very physical and touchy.
I appreciate that love language.
No, I agree, and
Yeah.
it's so obvious as a viewer who he really likes. I think the biggest takeaway out of their entire day, which obviously he gives her the rose, but then he says in his in the moment or his like confessional, I'm definitely falling in love with Hannah G.
Yeah.
Which is,
Well, that's the first time we've heard him say that.
But that's
About
the thing
anyone.
I always wonder is how many times has he said it about someone else and we just don't see it?
that's a good point.
You know, if he picks her, if he picks Hannah and she got the first impression rose, they're on a roll with the first impression
No,
roses.
do you know a fact though?
Here we go.
Wait, no, this is actually interesting. I didn't know this.
Just point right
So
at
the
his face.
Bachelorette, the first impression rose,
Yeah.
I think like most of the time, that is
Yeah.
the winner. The first impression rose has never been the winner on the Bachelor.
Really?
Ooh.
So we go to the group date, which was
Hiya!
moving on.
By the way,
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. So they go to the state, and then we find out that they're gonna spar, and they bring in a special guest judge. You
Which-
know him, you
which
love
we
him.
all knew
Koi
immediately when we
Chong,
saw.
Koi Chong, yes.
Who hosts
which,
The Bachelor in
Vietnam.
Which I love so much because, as you pointed
Okay,
out,
2 of the women who were contestants fell in love.
Oh,
and
that's
I,
right.
And I looked it up. They're still together.
are they still together?
They're still together. I looked
they're
it up last
both-
You
night.
have to, it's amazing.
And so then they go to their group date cocktail party, and each of the girls gets their own time, and then Sydney is just getting so worked up during this
By the way,
date.
I've never liked Sydney more.
Well,
Really? You just
Well,
loved
did
it?
you ever like her?
I
begin with?
didn't know who Sydney was. And then I liked her a lot.
Okay, yeah, so Sydney basically gets to the point where she's like, why aren't you, like, there are one-on-one dates. I haven't been on one. Why haven't I been on one? Are we just
Yeah.
not there yet? And it took Colton by surprise. Now, he should have just probably been direct and been like, to be honest, I just have a stronger connection with other women. But instead he said, relationships develop at different rates. All right, so
Good morning,
Sydney,
Vietnam.
yeah, bye,
Bye,
Sydney.
Sydney.
So, and then we give out the rose to Tasia.
Yes.
Real quick side note on Tasia.
Let's discuss Tasia. I was like, whoa.
Well, and just while we're on her, fast forwarding till the very end,
Yeah.
when she says in front of all of the other girls, first of all, to Kirpa of all people,
I know.
you
old
and I are going to
Kirpa.
be the final 2.
I feel like Tasia's jockeying to be the Bachelorette.
So the girls are waiting in their like hotel room to find out who's going to get that second one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I would have guessed literally any of the other women.
Anybody.
I would have guessed that Hannah G would have got a second one in Vietnam.
I thought he would have pulled back on Yeka, being like, you know what?
I'm out of options. Come on back.
Come on back.
And they're like, who's gonna get it? And the answer is Kirpa?
Kirpa. I was like,
Good
oh.
old
I was
Kirpa.
like, all right, she's here.
His in the moments for the date that I'm seeing, I'm like, they don't go together because it was so
No.
awkward. And then he's like, we had the best time, so much connection.
I
Every
feel like
time we
stuff's
grow.
happening that we didn't.
He does
That
confessionals
we
to the
didn't
camera
see.
and they just use them for whatever date they want.
Yeah, I feel like
Be
stuff happened
honest.
that we didn't see because he was like, every time I'm around her, we have such a great time.
I just
I'm
was like-
she just joined the show an hour ago.
Literally,
Yes,
I'm
she
like,
showed up.
So then obviously he gives her the
I'll do the
rose
best.
because,
Of course.
oh, woo,
Yeah, exactly. Nothing says chemistry like that date.
yeah.
Good call, Colton.
We think that night's gonna be over, but Demi's got something else in
Here
mind.
she
I
comes.
know.
So she goes to him, and then she's like, basically, I just want to tell you that I am falling in love with you.
Which was not what I was expecting her to
No,
say.
me neither. And
Yeah.
then he's like, well, thank you. which is ain't
Not a good response.
And then he
Oh,
says,
thanks.
but after hearing you say that, I feel like it wouldn't be right to keep you here because I am not on the same page.
And you were
People
great
love you.
television,
I
and we'll
hope
see
your
you in
mom's doing
paradise.
well and make her a ladybug bag.
Yes.
So then we think we're gonna get a cocktail party and Chris Harrison
Classic
comes in.
Colton.
No more cocktail parties. I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, each woman that has gone home have warned Colton
Yeah.
during their
Ooh,
departures.
Yes.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
there's
some
people
girls.
here, not necessarily who aren't here for the right reasons, but who aren't ready.
Yeah.
But the
Right?
interesting thing that Colton
Yeah.
said, which, and I'm on the same page as him, is that he said when Sydney said it, he thought she was talking about Dimmy. And then when Dimmy said it, he didn't know who she was talking about.
Yeah.
And then when Katie said it, he was like, who is
Uh-oh.
it? It seems like they're kind of implying Hannah B because I feel like they kind of always cut to her.
They cut to her a lot.
she's-
By the way, if I had to pick one other person who was maybe not ready for marriage,
Coming off a marriage.
Cassie.
Really?
Well, hold
Oh,
on.
she's got the-
Let's just talk about
Okay,
this
here we
real
go.
quick
Yeah.
because
This is a side nugget.
in the Bachelor Nation and in the Bachelor world, everyone is talking about this. Cassie, as it turns out, and if you're following on Instagram and social media, is simultaneously on another reality show that is airing right now. Everyone's talking about Cassie being this front runner, but then it's weird to see her dating
another
someone
show, on
out.
another
Well,
dating
and not
show.
even that. It's not like she's on like a reality like Survivor. It's like she's on another like show
But
about relationships.
this is Colton's third dating show.
True. Okay, so this tease was unbelievable.
It's epic. It's a
well,
big one.
finally we get the fence jump.
Yay!
But
I'm
beyond the
Every
fence,
time
I
I'm
still
like,
don't know
man,
what
you
it
got over
is.
that
I still don't know what
fence.
it
He
is,
just
but-
leapt right over it.
But beyond the fence jump, we have Colton crying like a lot.
Yeah, big time.
And then they show all the women kind of like separately.
All crying.
Crying,
or
like-
in
It's
back
getting
of
good.
cars.
And then they finally tease the proposal. But
Oh,
did you
yes.
notice? Wait, you guys, you have to go back
Okay,
and look.
tell me.
He opens up the ring box.
Thanks, Neil Lane.
There was no ring in it.
No.
There was no ring in it. And if
No.
it is,
I
and if
didn't
there
see
was,
that.
it was like pushed so far down that you couldn't see it.
When you ask him if he's engaged, like now in real time, off camera, he
Yeah.
says, I'm
did he
very
say?
happy.
I'm very happy.
Oh,
He
yeah,
won't,
yeah,
yeah,
very
he won't
happy.
say.
He won't say that he's
Which is
engaged.
interesting because like Rachel and why am I Becca?
Ryan? Oh,
no,
nope.
Becca.
Yeah.
Both got to say at the end of their seasons from the beginning, I'm engaged.
Yeah.
And then you're just wondering who it was to.
Yeah.
So that they're holding that information is very interesting. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm curious.
You guys, I'm loving it. All right, a big thanks to y'all for watching.
And don't forget to tune in next week when we find out who's going to homedowns.
And comment below to tell us what you
All
think.
right,
I
I
nailed
got
it.
my
And also
scooter.
comment below, of course, you should wear this every week.
Yay!
Lucci
It's
Roll.
really sweaty in here.
Right
It's
on.
Really,
Please welcome Susan Lucci.
it's Fitzy.
The Looch.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, that was actually almost a bad one.